All right, I got two boxes here. This one comes from Josh Myers in Canada, PEI, Prince Edward Island. And this one comes from Scott Shelton in Michigan. So let's start with this one first. I opened this one. I looked inside because this came a few days ago. This one I just opened it up, but I haven't looked inside. This just showed up today. Okay, so any of you Carving Fusion friends know that we have a group on Facebook called Carving Fusion, World of Woodcarvers Original. We had some tragedy within the group. I believe it was last week or the week before. Nathan Bublick passed away. He was the one that would sell cottonwood bark within the group. So if anybody has, I'd like to say right now while the video is early, if anybody has access to bark and they want to sell bark at a reasonable price within the group, you can reach out to me through email or Facebook, and we can talk about it and see what happens, because I do like to be able to get some bark within the group from, and so it can help everybody out. So this box here comes from Scott Shelton. Scott bought bark off Nathan a few times, I believe. Actually, I think he went bark hunting with Nathan, and he became pretty good friends with Nathan. He met him in person, and he told me he talked online lots with Nathan. And I wanted to carve. Over here up on my wall, I have a piece made by Larry Dibbs, and it's a tribute to George, good old George Ramotovich. Rest in peace, George. And I was going to carve a tribute piece for Nathan because he was such an impact with the group, and he just totally loved carving. But I talked to Scott about it. I knew Scott was a good friend and was really upset by Nathan's passing, so I asked Scott if he wanted to carve a tribute piece for Nathan. So he said he'd be more than happy to do it. So he carved this piece for Nathan, for a tribute towards Nathan, for the Carving Fusion family. So let's, he didn't give a note, which is good, so I don't have to read it, because I'm terrible at reading out loud. Okay, so there he signed it. Let's see if we can get some better lighting here. 22, so that's the year 22, SDS, Scott Shelton, 22. Scott's Creative Carvings, if you guys want to Google that. Or if maybe it's Scott's Creative Carvings on Facebook. Here you go. Beautiful job. Rest in heaven. Nathan with mushrooms. He carved these mushrooms out of a piece of bark that he got with Nathan. And because Nathan really loved carving the mushrooms. Good job. He even did an undercut underneath these mushrooms, so these stalks are carved, and this bark's super soft, fragile stuff to carve, but it's awesome wood to carve. But yeah, you can see the stalks are cut right through. So great job, Scott. I might have to put a better wall hanger for something like this, like a wire here. And as nice as this is, it's going to get dusty and maybe a little bit dirty on the back wall in this room. So I don't really want to put it in here. Like I didn't want to put Larry's gnome home, I'll show you guys, on the back wall, because it's just going to get dusty. But that's what this is made for. It's made for so we all never forget Nathan. So it's going to go on the back wall here. I'll show you guys later. I'm not going to get it up tonight, but I'll show you where it's going to go. So great job, Scott. And it's a real special piece, and Nathan would just be shaking his head in joy right now, knowing that his name's going to be seen on lots of my YouTube Dremel carving videos. You did a great job. Peace in heaven, Nathan. Rest in peace. So thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. And so will everybody else too. Okay, so now to the big box. I love that piece, Scott. Thank you. This box here is from Josh. Okay, he's in Canada. He told me that he has basswood trees in his backyard, and I said, as a joke, I said, send me some. He said, I already had you planned to send you some. So this is basswood. Because he did send this box, I sent him a box of bark, cottonwood bark, because he doesn't have it there. So this is Canadian basswood. And Ben, Studio on the Lake, I meant to email you today. It's been raining lots here, but I'm going to get you your box of bark together with the next couple days here. So I'll be sending you an email asking for your address again. So like I said, anybody that wants to sell bark in the group, if you have good access to it, let me know. And if you want to sell it. So this is basswood. Yep, it smells like it. It's actually pretty nice basswood. How about I get all this stuff out of the box here and then I'll be back. Actually, now we'll keep rolling. Here's a couple things in packages. I think he carved me something. I did see an envelope. Like I said, I haven't been in this box. Oh, look at this. It's a beautiful piece of birch. Or maybe it's not birch. I'll read the note that he sent. But it looks like birch. But he said he had another kind of wood in here too. I don't know what type of wood this wood is here. Where's that envelope that he had in here somewhere? There it is down here. Like I said, I haven't opened this box yet. Has he got money in here? Doubt it. Just kidding. Anyways. Uh-oh, he wrote a long letter. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to read this. You guys, I can read quiet to myself good, but not out loud too good. Geordie and Carving Fusion fam. Inside this little appreciation for your positively. Huge thanks, Geordie. Here's 7 chunks of seasoned, PEI lindenwood. This is lindenwood. 1 slice of white birch. 1 round of black oak. 1 small piece of curly maple. Estimated at 200 years old. This is 1 curly maple. This must be the curly maple. 1 small piece of white birch, 1 round of... Oh, this is black oak here. Sorry. This is the black oak. And the 200-year-old curly maple. 2 of my carvings. Let's look through here first. So, I thought you said it's basswood, but it's lindenwood. I think it carves just like basswood. I think it's heavier than basswood, but it seems pretty soft. Here's some with the bark on it. Got little woodpecker holes. You guys, if you see holes like this on a tree that go like on a line like this, that's from a woodpecker trying to get, because they'll beak here and they'll beak up here and they'll try and get the bugs to move so they can catch the bugs. So if you see a big tree with straight lines across it, they're not bug holes. They are woodpecker holes. Okay, so I'm missing the piece of curly maple. Let me get this stuff out of the box here, and I'll be back. This is just crazy. Okay, so we got everything cleared up. Let's see what's inside this bag here. Oh, isn't that cool? It's a little lighthouse. That's super cool. On that, look at that. That's super awesome. That'll go downstairs with all my other carvings are from. Is this I'm not too sure what's in here. Let me get my Vietnam World War I scissors. I don't know what he wrote. Open. Oh, carve. Open. Maybe with care. So, guess I should open the. Oh yeah, it's this. Oh, it's a spoon. What's this little one here? Holy cow! It's a heron bird. Good job, man. Great job. Got a little wood burning signature on there. It's a life server. Wow, fantastic job. Seriously, Josh. You and Scott. Am I ever a lucky guy? Look at that. He carved against the grain too. Look at the little tiny poles he's got in there. Wow, just fantastic. Yeah, you're a good carver. Both you guys. That ever neat. No way I could ever carve anything like this. I'd break it. I'd probably even break carving a little spoon like this. I'm trying to think which one's the curly maple. So thank you very much, Josh. Thank you very much, Scott. I see how that you put wood paint on here or something, then you sanded it off so it gives a little bit of a blue texture. See if we can get some better lighting here. Fantastic. Okay, let's get the camera out of the overhead and thank everybody. First of all, why I put this letter down, because I don't like reading the letters before I see what the carving is. Okay, so now I see what the carving is, now I can read the letter. Two of my carvings, a lifesaver, server, saber-tooth spoon, a life server, saber-tooth spoon, mountain ash, carousel, tongue oiled, and oven baked. Okay. Oak sunrise lighthouse is a slice of the black oak, block made with a broken lathe tool as a chisel and a Dremel. Crazy. Little great blue heron is Norway maple. Hobby knife, signed, branded by Puffin's Carvings. That's his name there. Puffin's Carbon. Always carve deeper. Carry on. Awesome. Thank you so much. So what did you say here? Curly maple. Okay. One slice of white birch. One round of black oak. A small piece of curly maple. I got to see which one's the curly maple. So let's get the camera off the overhead. Okay. So I found the curly maple. It was still in the box. I'm not a huge fan of carving maple, but I'll carve it sooner or later. And thank you so much, Josh. Fantastic carvings. I see what you mean by the rising the sun, like the hardwood, the dark wood is the sun. Great job. And so everybody, there's Puffin's Carvings here. There's his brand that he's got. He's got two brands. Maybe he made them himself. Lighthouse there. And Scott's piece. So if you want to check out Scott's Creative Carvings on probably Facebook, I imagine. So where this is going to go, Scott, everybody else, there's Larry Dibb's house that he made for George. See, it's got a big G on it. His gnome home. So what I'm going to do is I'll move this. It's Jordy's fault. George started that in the group. And I'm going to move. I made this one. I'll just move this over here. So here's Jordy. See how dusty it is? Jordy Lee and the pumpkin just carved Rob made me. And he's got a coffee in his hand. He did have something in his other hand, but his hand broke. Some pumpkins. And we got the flying pig over here with the just carved Rob Jordy worm on it. And we have Crybaby the Hater. Crybaby. So, thank you so much, Scott and Nathan. I consider myself a pretty lucky man. I sure do. Can't wait to try carving this stuff. This white wood, when you carve it, I'll carve a wood spirit on here. Here's a perfect area to carve a wood spirit because you got the pointy part for the nose sticking out already. But when you carve this, when you do the wood burning and stuff, you get some real nice black points. And when you burn it and you can sand it, you get some nice dark points in it. So, yeah, I consider myself very fortunate. So thank you very much, Scott and Josh. About the cottonwood bark. So, I will sell it. This is a smaller piece I got. And I got smaller stuff than this. But this is a small piece that Nathan had. So you put that, compared to the stuff that I got. You can see Nathan did have stuff bigger. Not this big, but he did have stuff bigger than this. And so, I can't stand shipping. I hate it. And to get the cottonwood bark is a lot of work. You got to drive. I got to drive 4 hours there and back to get it. And then you got to go and walk through, a creek and stuff and get it off the tree. Then you gotta clean it. You gotta clean all the back and stuff like that, all the stringy stuff off the back before you're gonna ship it. So I'll sell it, but you're probably not gonna want to buy it from me because I'm not selling it cheap. For the simple fact it takes so much work, and it's I hate shipping, especially anywhere outside of Canada, because then I got to do a customs form. Customs form's not too bad. But if you would look on eBay, a piece of bark this size would probably be like 40 bucks. The bark that I have, I've carved lots of the bark that Nathan has. It's super soft, holds nice details. Like you can see Scott's wood burning in here. His bark's a lot darker. It's more orange. The stuff I get is a lot brighter color, and it's a lot harder than the stuff that Nathan got. But anyway, so if you guys have access to I'm not talking about not very good cottonwood bark. I'm talking about nice cottonwood bark. If you got access to nice cottonwood bark, you can send me an email or a Facebook message and possibly send me some of the bark. I'll try it out and I'll say basically yay or nay. You know, I want you to make some money for your efforts getting the bark, but it's got to be a reasonable price. I know I'm kind of being like a hypocrite saying that I'm charging lots if I'm going to sell. Well, because I don't want to. I will if somebody wants to pay, and I don't want to, but I will. Okay? So, anyways, thank you so much, Scott and Nathan. I really appreciate it, and I consider myself a very lucky man. I sure do. And thank you, everybody else, for all the support on YouTube and all that stuff. I know I'm not the best carver. I'm just a fat dude having fun. Carving Fusion. Over and out.